Anything new looks more of superstitious until proven by science of its validity. So, Namaskar everyone. Today we are going to talk about the science behind the mythology of eclipse. The Hindu religion is rich in tradition, customs, beliefs, and superstitions. For the Hindus, the Vedas have always been the prime knowledge for way of life on this earth. The sun is considered as the father and giver of energy. Without sun, there is no existence possible on this planet. In astrology, sun is considered as the soul of an individual. Every resources, including fossil fuels, get energy either directly or indirectly from the sun as a source. Moon is considered motherly, cool, calm, but has tremendous influence on the minds of humans, oceans, and water forces. Science has proven all the above, and further research is still going on into these beliefs. When beliefs are verified, they become facts and then scientific theories. When the earth comes in between the moon and the sun, the lunar eclipse occurs, and this always occurs when there is a full moon. The full blast of sun's rays are seen on the moon, which is what we humans see as light from the moon. Belief is that when there is a shadow, be it either on the sun, that is solar eclipse, or on the moon, that is lunar eclipse, there is a feeling of loss to the earthlings. Both the celestial father and the mother are affected by this phenomena, and the effects of these are similar to what happens to a loved one's demise. Hence, Hindus do their prayers to the ancestors once the eclipse is released to pacify their forefathers and in respect to the nature for returning to normalcy. Then they bath and pray to the god for the merciful blessings for life to continue as usual. Hence, all lamps are set at homes, so are the lamps in the temples. No cooking or eating, drinking is done, and prayers with meditation is seen as the best to pass these hours. Now, when do we do this normally? Whenever there is a death in the family. Until the body is cremated or buried, no fire shall burn in the house of the dead, and mourning is done as mark of respect. Here there is a symbolic death of rays of the sun and the moon, which undergoes a unique gravitational tug with unison of three predominant solar system components. Hence, no visit to temples are encouraged. Pregnant women are not allowed outside to avoid cosmic rays, and food left over are minimized or protected with kusa grass blades, as they are considered to survive and absorb radiation. As we can see, there is total abstinence to the age-old traditions. The Vedas never mentioned about temple worship or about closure of temples, but did mention the importance of the sun, the moon, and their effects. There are specific verses to be chanted during the occurrence of events, and eclipses are one of them. The Hindus of 3000 years ago knew how to calculate the occurrence of an eclipse. The Sun Temple of Konark is a mark of this mathematical and astronomical excellence, which is reflected in the many stone carvings, majority of which are still a mystery to current generation. Hope you find it interesting and knowledgeable. Thanks for listening.